Welcome to more analysis of my game Master versus Many, and it's been quite a fun game so far. Looks like it's going to get really exciting in the middle game, so yeah, exciting stuff, should we say. And that's what you get when you play the King's Gambit. So I'm now going to go through my thought process over the next 4 moves which have happened, or 3 to 4 moves, and explain what I've been thinking whilst playing this position as white. And the last position we had a look at was after I played the move e5. And here I was trying to take the advantage of the fact that I have more development than you guys do, because I have 4 pieces developed, and when you have more development you should aim to open up the position. So e5 played, and now you decided to take on e5, and I think this is a wise decision. Had you not taken on e5, I would have captured on d6 next move, and then you'd have to take back with your c pawn, leaving yourself with quite a serious weakness on d6. So this is very sensible, your move, taken on e5, and it's all about, in the start of the game in chess, gaining time. Anyway, you can gain time is a good thing. So tempo time, if you can create threats, that's a good thing. So here I took with a pawn, creating a threat and gaining time. Key thing to do in the opening. And now you played a very interesting choice here. I mean, a normal move would have been something to do with your knight, but you have to be very careful here. There was some nasty tricks in the air. Let's say you'd moved your knight to somewhere like h5. Well, here I have quite an annoying move which I was going to play. Well, there's 2 annoying moves, but the one I really like the look of was bishop g5, attacking your queen. And you have to be awfully careful now, again, because timing and because I've got the extra development, I can start this attack. And if you try to move your queen somewhere like here, threatening checkmate, well, it's my move and I get there first, and I can go checkmate myself. So after something like knight here, bishop g5, you'd have to play f6. But the problem with this move is that now you open up my bishop on c4 and you won't be able to castle. And I think with my extra development and a rook coming to e1 quite quickly, your king is going to be much weaker than mine. So you played an interesting move here, and I think it's a good decision. You tried queen to c5 immediately, realising that your queen was in danger on e7 and counter-attacking by threatening checkmate on f2, to be careful of that one, and also my bishop. So you're kind of forcing my reply here. You've created 2 threats, I only have one good way to deal with both of these threats, and that is queen to e2. Defending the f2 square, defending my bishop. And now you're playing super aggressive, so I'm not going to fault you at all. Forwards you go. And your knight is being attacked. Where should it go to? Well, you put it on the most active square, where you're trying to take advantage of my weakened dart squares. And we are now in a very interesting position. And I have one more move I'm going to share with you here. Now, what was I thinking here? Because so far the game has developed very logical since the last stage, forcing moves, captures, and now I have some decisions to make. Now, decision number 1 is, normally when an opponent moves a piece into your own half of the board at the start of the game, so in this position you have moved your knight into what I declare my half of the board, so where all the arrows are, I want to control this area of the board in the opening. And normally when this occurs, a good idea is to try to kick that knight away. So I was considering the move h3 here, but I thought one of your main ideas of putting your knight here was to move it into e3 check anyway, when after bishop takes e3, I probably have to take this because I lose the bishop on c4 otherwise, queen takes e3, I haven't really got much better than going into an ending, taking the queens off. And even here I may have some chances of an advantage, but I don't want to get the queens off so early. So really here I was thinking, what's your main idea? And it occurred to me your main idea is to move your knight into e3. So that is idea number 1. And I also was thinking, what else do you want to do? Well, given a chance, I think you want a castle. So I now looked at a move that stopped both these ideas. you castling and you moving the knight to e3. And I think I came up with quite an interesting solution, and it's using my development. So I want to control the e3 square, so I now have played knight to d5. Going forwards, the bishop on b6 is a very good piece, cutting me up on that diagonal, so I always have the option now of capturing your strong bishop. I control the e3 square, and I've got a nasty little trap here if you castle. Can you see the trap? I'm not going to tell you what the trap is. You should work it out yourself. Maybe you'll even castle and let me win the game very easily. But I've set up a nasty trap for you castling, stops your knight coming to e3, and the game goes on. So interesting moment here, getting to the middle game part of the battle, and pieces everywhere, just what you'd expect from a King's Gambit. It's going to be very fun. Looking forward to the rest of this game. Thank you for putting up. Well, thank you for playing interesting so far. Cheers for now.